Yo yo yo, how's it going there YouTube? Gone Doggin here, or you can call me Ollie, whichever one you prefer. Welcome back to the channel and to a slightly different video than what I normally do, a commentary over gameplay. I've done one of these before, so I apologise if it's not the best kind of commentary, but you know, I've got to learn, so no time like the present. But as you can tell by today's title, who's ready for Battlefield 6, because I know I am. Battlefield 42 was a disaster. Granted, it got a bit better later on in this game cycle, but the launch, the beta, was just miserable. I've never been a big Battlefield player. I've always been playing Call of Duty for many years. I first started playing Call of Duty back on Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, and was hooked on it. And I didn't play my first Battlefield game until Battlefield 1 got released, which is crazy to think, which was 9 years ago, but there's been many Battlefield titles before that, and I just was not interested. But I bought Battlefield 1 when it came out, installed it and jumped on it, and then when I seen the lobbies, 128 people lobbies, it was crazy, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the World War game. I love World War shooters. They're my favourite kind of shooters. My favourite Call of Duty is World at War. So yeah, when I started playing it with and sniping, I love sniping. So every shooter I play, I always snipe, probably 90% of the time. So when I started picking up these snipers and doing the iron sights, and just everything about it just felt amazing. And then I played Battlefield 5, didn't play too much of that. I just felt it was copy and paste a little bit. That's my opinion. Still, it was a very good game. And then Battlefield 42, trailer for that, I was hyped, so excited to play it. Didn't get a chance to play the beta. But when it came out, it was an absolute disaster. There was too many issues. Some of them included just not feeling finished, just felt rushed. Not lack of polish, as they say. Missing features. Many people, including myself, felt that the game lacked depth and quality compared to previous Battlefield titles, such as Battlefield 1 and probably Battlefield 4. Key issues included poor specialist system and just a lack of classic Battlefield features, and really disappointing map designs and disappointing map colours. They were just grey and just boring to look at, in my opinion. Very dark. So I think a lot of issues came from the specialist system. I think people preferred the traditional class system where you had assault, medic, support, and scout. I think everyone was hoping it was going to be that. I understand and I see why they tried to do what they did, so it's not the same game, so it's not stale. But ultimately, it just received a lot of criticism, a lot of backlash. Other issues were there was a lot of technical issues, numerous bugs and glitches. My one that stands out to me that I remember the most was the dozer shield, which basically granted that player permanent immunity. Couldn't be killed. It was crazy. It was absolutely wild. There was problem with the weapon attachments and loadouts that they would fail to save when entering or leaving a match, which granted I know there's not many attachments. You've only got 4 slots and some guns have only got 3 or 4 attachments in that slot, but it's annoying to have to redo the weapons every single time. It happened to me on several occasions, just irritating. I believe this was the first Battlefield that was fully cross-play between PC and console, and the friends list would just fail to load all the time. It took them ages to fix that. I say ages, it took them longer than it should have to fix it. But which is very irritating, because I transferred from console to PC before Battlefield 42 came out. So not being able to play with my mates on console was very, very infuriating. The XP tracking and score display with 128 people in servers, it was displaying the wrong score, it wouldn't do update in real time, and it wouldn't track the actual XP you were getting. So those are just a few bugs and glitches. I know there was more. Comment down below what you believe to be one of the worst bugs or glitches in Battlefield 2042, and I'll be interested to see what your opinions are. Yeah, it felt unfinished by a lot of people, if not the entire community. There was poor sound, the graphics were just not up to par, and just everything just felt rushed. And a lot of games nowadays feel rushed. They feel like they've got to pump out a game every year, every 2 years, and they're just not finished. They're just releasing something, hoping for the best, and then they'll update it as time goes on. Me personally, I would rather wait 2-3 years for a game for it to come out, be crisp, and ultimately 99% perfect. Every game gets released is always going to have issues, but releasing a game so unfinished, unbalanced, unpolished, it's just what's the point? What's the point of releasing a game and getting so much backlash and getting so much negative reviews on a game, and for your company? It just makes no sense for me. They released it and there just was so much content missing, in my opinion, and I'm guessing other people's. It didn't seem like there was enough weapons in the game. I believe they launched the game with like 4 sniper rifles, which I fully completed before they released the next one. I sweated Battlefield 42 a lot, considering how bad it was. I played it a lot. The vehicle variety felt lackluster, and the maps compared to previous Battlefields again felt very lackluster. I loved the map elements that they added into it. I don't know if they were in previous Battlefield titles. I know they weren't in Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5, but when they added the sandstorms and the tornadoes, that was a real nice twist and a nice element to come into. It made you have to play a different way once it started to come towards you, or a certain site that you can't just walk out. You got to play a bit more strategic inside that tornado in that area. There were some good elements about the game which I enjoyed. As much as the specialist class system got a lot of backlash, some of it was cool and unique. I liked the gliding, being able to glide from one building to the other, or gliding from a plane or a helicopter or a building to the floor to help capture a site or to protect a site, and landing and getting a bunch of kills because you've just flanked the enemy. It opened up a lot of different avenues of gaming and how to play the game. It just wasn't what people wanted. A lot of people nowadays are very fixed in what they want and not so much scared of change, but everyone knows what they like in a game, and they just hope that the game comes out and it's ultimately playable and similar to the previous one with added extras. Call of Duty did it with Modern Warfare 2 that just came out a year or 2 ago. They revamped the perk system and it got so much criticism. And it didn't work, and then Modern Warfare 3 got launched, and then they went back to the normal perk system 1, 2, 3, and then added extras. They made Dead Silence a perk again, and that's kind of what people want. I get why companies do these changes, because they probably believe and think that people don't want the same game over and over. But I think ultimately people do. They want it to be the same game, just with better graphics, new guns, new maps, new kill streaks, whatever, if you're playing cards, just new elements added, but the same features from previous ones kept in. And I'm all for keeping the games the same. We're just improving. So I'm really hoping that the trailer for Battlefield 6 looked crazy, so I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, so Battlefield 6 trailer on that got posted by Battlefield themselves, got 8 million views so far, and 479,000 likes, so very positive. So it's very high up there, as in people's expectations, because of how bad Battlefield 2042 was. So I believe that EA have the criticism they got for 2042 and hopefully fixed it for Battlefield 6. And I am so hyped for Battlefield 6. I can't wait for it to come out. When it comes out, expect some videos of a lot of videos of that. If you can let me know down below what you think of Battlefield 6, what you thought of the trailer, what you're hoping they bring to the game, whether it's from a previous Battlefield or something that's not been in Battlefields. Give me your ideas that you'd like to see in the next Battlefield. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you're new around here. And I hope you've enjoyed today's video. A bit different, and I apologise for how bit jumpy it is, because I've never done one of these before, but you know, gotta start somewhere. So thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed the background gameplay. Until next time, peace!
We are losing objective Duff. We have lost objective Charlie. We have taken objective